that's really important for us, you know, that records don't sound like the previous one, that, you know, that we are continuously trying to stretch, you know, the boundaries of our sound. We haven't really sort of necessarily decided on a fixed identity, so that gives us the freedom really to use like a horn section, for example, you know, on a record. Yeah, why not? You know, we were very, we went into the studio with a great deal of ambition for this record. You know, we really wanted to make something big and anthemic and epic, and I think we pulled on sort of the classic kind of timeless elements that you can use in orchestration and arrangement, which is strings and horns. The horns are brand new for Placebo, but in terms of everything else, it's pretty much what we've used before, but we're using it in a different way. You know, we need to keep ourselves excited, and you know, and it's a race against boredom all the time. You know, so you don't want to repeat yourself, and some fans don't like this when I say this, but you know, you make music for yourself first, you know, and you hope that other people are going to dig it. But it has to get you off first, and it has to excite you first. How can you expect to excite somebody without being excited yourself? You know, how can you expect someone to connect emotionally to your music if you're not connected to it? We've managed to move on without turning our backs on who we are as well, you know, which is always the difficult kind of equilibrium that you have to strike. And I'm happy with this record because you know, with a bit of distance, I felt that Meds was a very, very bleak record, a difficult record, a record with a lot of pain on it, and a record that didn't necessarily offer a great deal of hope. And this one, I really wanted there to be hope. I wanted there to be brightness and color, you know, to the record. I wanted there to be a sense of optimism and a sense of hope, you know, because it's what I believe. You know, I believe the Meds thing. I believe too, you know, but I believe that you can kind of lose yourself in the darkness if you, and it's a choice. You allow yourself to get lost in the darkness, you know, and equally you can make the same choice to step into the light, you know. It's almost like a Buddhist thing, you know. If all life is pain and suffering, you know, kind of thing, you know, one can allow that to sort of take over one's life, or you know, one can live in the moment and you know, and see the real value of everything, you know, in the present. Well, absolutely, you know, because we were a band that, you know, the past 3-4 years was quite unhappy because due to the sort of the breakdown of personal relationships within the band. So when that happens, you don't really talk to each other anymore. You know, you don't want to be creative anymore. What you do, which is this amazing alternative reality to kind of having a real job, you know, starts to become like a job, and that's kind of the kiss of death. And so you kind of have to make difficult decisions in order to, you know, to keep that state.
Was Steve Hewitt in that state at that kind of period?
Well, you know, we really, really grew apart as people, you know, and as far as I'm concerned, then there's really not much point, you know, of being in the band if you don't enjoy each other's company, if you don't respect each other. It's very hard. And for Stefan and I, having started writing songs together in '94, you know, we felt we sort of invested way too much in the band to just walk away from it. You know, and we believed that we had a future, you know, we still do. So we needed to get the band to a place where the band, you know, was happy to be Placebo again. You know, was in a place where it could create unsubconsciously, get back to a place where we felt that there was a sense of brotherhood within the band, you know, a sense of kind of all working towards the same common goal. And you know, I believe we've achieved that.
you and Stefan always were on the same level when it comes to that?
Well, yeah,
I'm
yes.
sure you had your differences.
Yes, but when sort of, because you're only a three-piece, when you begin to experience problems with one particular member of the band, what happens is that, in order to protect itself, each other member sort of like retreats to their own corner like some kind of wounded animal, and a survival instinct kicks in. And it's about getting through it, as opposed to sort of enjoying it, because you're not enjoying it. So the unhappiness within the band had an effect on mine and Stefan's relationship, personal and sort of professional. And that as well, we realized was of too much value to throw away, simply because we were on a different page to Steve Hewitt. So, we decided that our relationship was more important. Really tough decisions, but necessary ones, we felt, for the future of the band. And anyway, we did not want to continue the band with the personnel that we had.
Right.
And so, but then you don't want to break up the band, so you only weren't really left with that many other options.
Was there a point that you were afraid that the whole thing was going to explode?
Well, I wasn't about to let that happen, you see. It wasn't really, I can't drive. I can't really, I'm not very good with computers, so I'm pretty unemployable, and this is what I'm best at. So it's my right, to be able to do this. And so stopping was never really an option.
You could have done something on your own, maybe.
Yes, I guess I could. And I probably still could, and I may one day, but I think I can only imagine that sort of being a solo artist must be quite a lonely existence, and I like the sense of camaraderie that you get from being in a band. And I think the magic exists when mine and Stefan's ideas really mesh very, very well together, I don't know I can't imagine ourselves really being that much better apart, and that would be the only motivation, I guess. Why go do something else that's inferior to what you're doing already?
Right.